screenshots, recordings, statements from friends and former employees, and other evidence. A second video, taken after Kirk's arrest, showed one of Kirk's business associates meeting with a local blogger and exchanging a USB drive for a thick envelope of cash on the drive. Just when everyone thought it couldn't get any worse, the marriage that had once represented love and loyalty in Atlanta's hip-hop scene had turned into a war of lies, betrayal, and public humiliation. The discovery of the second film altered everything. It was the same insurance footage that had almost destroyed Rasheeda. Someone was peddling stories. Someone close. And that someone wasn't simply leaking to protect Kirk. They were manipulating both sides. Kirk Frost's alleged insurance file was more than just a self-defense tactic. It was a weapon, and someone had been working behind the scenes to ensure that it exploded at precisely the right moment. The footage revealed Terry T., Kirk's associate. What had begun as a scandal between husband and wife had now turned into a plot of betrayal that extended far beyond their marriage. Inside a dimly lit club, Lawson gave a USB drive to a well-known Atlanta gossip blogger. The security camera captured T saying, "You dropped this Friday night. Make it big," the boss instructed. Avoid mentioning its origin. 2 days before the insurance video emerged, the YouTuber nodded, slid the drive into her purse, and handed T a big envelope. This implied that Kirk's team had planned the release with the intention of completely destroying Rasheeda's reputation, not just saving him. When Rasheeda's lawyer got hold of the footage, she sobbed. "He planned this. He wanted me humiliated," she whispered, shaking. "He didn't just want to win. He desired my removal." The Shade Room published a headline that said, "Kirk Frost's right-hand man caught paying bloggers to leak fake footage within hours." As word of the leak quickly spread, it was trending that Kirk set her up. Once Rasheeda supporters started to flip sides once more, the public's perception of her dramatically changed. The Frost drama was no longer merely another scandal on reality TV. It was a battle of media dominance, blackmail, and manipulation. However, another reality was subtly coming to light behind the mayhem. Even Rasheeda was unprepared for one. Another batch of documents, contracts, emails, and shell business records came to light while Kirk's lawyer was preparing his defense. These materials presented a startling picture. As it came out, Kirk had been transferring funds from their joint enterprises into offshore accounts, connected to a business that was established 3 years prior under the name KF Holdings. The curve, it was registered in the name of his mistress, the same mistress who almost brought their marriage to an end in the NTCC 17 adultery scandal. The irony seemed eerie. Kirk had been accusing Rasheeda of stealing for weeks, but the truth was that he had been taking covertly, methodically, and on a much bigger scale all along. Over time, millions had disappeared under the pretense of corporate expansion costs. The forensic accountant followed the money trail all the way to a posh Miami Beach condo where Kirk had been spotted frequently for months. According to neighbors, the disloyalty was beyond monetary value. Cameras caught the moment when Rasheeda confronted Kirk outside the courthouse. Following the announcement, she didn't yell. She didn't weep. "You really played yourself," she added, giving him a direct look before turning to leave while the camera flashes illuminated the steps behind her like fireworks. One of the most shared videos in love and hip-hop history, that clip went viral right away. Rasheeda was mistaken, though, if she believed she had the upper hand at last, since Kirk still had one more play that would push the entire narrative in a darker direction than anybody had anticipated. 3 nights later, several gossip bloggers and YouTube commentators received an unexplained email leak. The truth about Rasheeda's secret deal attached was a 47-page document filled with messages and information, was the subject line. Receipts indicating that Rasheeda herself had made secret agreements with a love and hip-hop production assistant, who allegedly assisted her in editing scenes to present her more favorably during her prior seasons. If accurate, this would mean that Rasheeda had been manipulating her public image for years, using her popularity to control how fans saw her marriage, her business, and her supposedly devoted wife persona. The internet went into a frenzy as fans couldn't decide whether she was the victim or the puppet master. While the producers at Love and Hip Hop discreetly distanced themselves, issuing a cryptic statement about editorial independence, insiders revealed that Mona Scotch-Young herself had personally confronted Rasheeda about the leaked documents, warning her that if they were true, she could face termination and legal repercussions for breach of contract. Some camps claimed that Rasheeda had every right to control her narrative after being humiliated by Kirk for years, while others saw it as evidence that she was just as crafty as he was. Then, as if things couldn't get any worse, the unimaginable occurred. A third video surfaced, this time leaked by someone posing as an anonymous insider. Rather than Kirk, it showed Kirk yelling at his accountant while waving a stack of papers during a closed-door meeting at Frost Enterprises a few weeks prior to the arrest, his voice cracking with rage. The line that made every viewer's blood run cold was, "If she ruins me, I swear to God, I'll ruin her first." The clip ended there, but it was enough. The line, "I'll ruin her first," became the most quoted on social media for days. You think I don't know she's moving money? She's been planning this divorce for months. She's trying to bury me alive. Every meme page featured the picture of Kirk's face with his veins protruding. It no longer appeared like his arrest was an accident. Appeared to be a planned boiling point. It was too much pressure. Sponsors started leaving Frost Family Ventures. There were boycotts of the press boutique. Longtime cast members of Love and Hip Hop even began using Uncut.com's social media. However, the most devastating